Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Martin and Hayden from Basketball Unlimited, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about some potential places that Nerlens Noel could get traded this season, and kind of talk about the status of the 76ers. So I guess, I'm going to start it off by saying I think that he's going to end up at Charlotte, because when you look at Charlotte right now, they don't really have, any really good centers. Their center right now, their starting center, is Frank Kaminsky, and he's actually a power forward playing center, and we all know that a team would be better when they have a player like Frank Kaminsky playing at his proper position. It opened up the floor for him. He could get some jumpers, and having someone like Nerlens in that back court would just make that team so much better. And I think Hayden wants to tell you guys about the Warriors.
The Warriors are a team that would just become way too overpowered for the NBA, honestly. If they could pick up a young guy like Nerlens Noel who still has a lot of time to grow and develop, and just replace an older veteran like Zaza Pachulia who can move to the bench where he most likely probably should be at this point in his career. But yeah, Nerlens Noel is just a nice little option for the Warriors, because I think the Warriors can help him grow and develop into the player that he was supposed to be coming out of college.
Now, the last team that Hayden and I think he's going to go to is the Lakers. Now, the Lakers just signed Timofey Mozgov for like $40 million, which is ridiculous. He has no reason being on any team for $40 million. He fit really well with the Cleveland system, but the Lakers don't have a system that makes centers good. They just they don't have a system that makes centers good. They have a system that fits well with already talented centers. Timofey Mozgov is not an already talented center. He's a system-made player. It's the only reason he did good on Cleveland, in my opinion. And I don't think that it's going to be a good idea to make him your starter and have him as a long-term option. Meanwhile, you have someone like Nerlens, who is a defensive center who is athletic. He can jump, he can score, he can't really shoot, but his defense kind of makes up for that, in my opinion, which is why I think if he got on the Warriors, it'd be too overpowered, because the only thing that the Warriors are lacking is a strong defensive center, because Zaza Pachulia is an offensive center, but a defensive big center, and Nerlens Noel would be that guy, and it's scary to think about that. Any comments, Hayden?
Another key point for the Lakers is they're a team who just lost their superstar player in Kobe Bryant, and now they're looking to grow and become young and grow as a team with players like Brandon Ingram, D'Angelo Russell, and many more players that they have acquired. And Nerlens Noel will just be a perfect player for that fit, I think, because he's a young guy who, like I said, still has a lot of cap left, so he can grow and develop, and the Lakers would just be a perfect position for that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Going into a system that already has pretty young players and players that are talented for that matter, and to grow with them, that's always good. It's really always good. But who knows? He might not even get traded. And there's, rumors about Jalil being traded. Now, we're going to talk about the status of the 76ers, and right now they're in a really bad position. It's extremely poorly mismanaged. When you look at what they're doing right now, it's like they got three centers that they really don't need all of them. They probably don't even need two of them for that matter, but their best option is to keep one as a backup, just because Joel Embiid is becoming the star he was supposed to be 2 years ago, and he looks healthy, so if he doesn't get injured, he's definitely going to be the starter, and that's going to leave Jalil and Nerlens for trade. And you would think it'd be Jalil, but if Jalil was going to be traded, he was going to be traded last year, and he wasn't. I think he's healthy. He's an offensive asset, and they want to keep him for that fact. But Nerlens is a defensive center who is worth a little bit more now after the last season. He is valuable to other teams, and more than the Sixers at this point with their whole center situation, because I think Joel Embiid matches up to Nerlens Noel's defense. Maybe it's not his main focus, but I think he makes up for it. And Nerlens isn't happy. We're going to put a quote right now on the screen. You can see it right now, where he actually says that he's just not happy with the whole three center situation. He's getting really frustrated with it, and he says that it's time for them to do something in the summer. They didn't do anything really in the draft. They didn't do anything, no free agent signings.
There was thoughts they were going to trade either Jalil or Nerlens, maybe even both before the draft, and that just didn't happen.
And I think that's largely due to the new general manager, and they're just being really poorly mismanaged. But who knows? But by the end of this season, both of them could be traded. And what's funny? Neither. What's funny about the 76ers is that they have so much money. Like they already have a lot of money, and they're not getting assets. They're not getting rookies, like good rookies.
They've been using the draft way too much.
They're using the draft, and they're not getting the proper players. The only player I can think of that was the proper players was Joel Embiid, because he was supposed to be like Hakeem Olajuwon, and Ben Simmons. But both of them have gotten riddled with injuries. So they're poor mismanaged. Their athletic system's awful, and they need to go back to square one. And maybe Nerlens Noel being traded is that. Well, you agree?
I do agree with that. Just step one for the Sixers could be trading some of their centers like Jalil or Nerlens. Trading centers like Jalil or Nerlens, and like Martin said, that could be step one towards fixing this horribly managed 76ers team and put them in the right direction for where they want to be here down the road in the future.
Alright, I think that's going to wrap it up. This has been Martin and Hayden.
And we'll see you guys in the next video.
Alright, peace.
Peace out.